You all are going to need to share the hell out of this video. This man right here pretty much admitted that he murdered his wife. As you can see, he supports Trump, and he posts a lot of racist shit. So, I don't even know where to begin with this guy, but let's start here. Someone asked if they admitted that he murdered his wife. He says, "No, I'm claiming someone got what they deserve. There is a difference." And then the person responds, "So you're admitting to domestic abuse." Now brace yourselves, because this is fucked. He says, "I didn't admit to domestic abuse. All I'm saying is my bitch ex-wife somehow found her way at the bottom of the steps and stabbed herself 7 times during the fall. It was a horrible suicide." And it only gets more fucked up from there because he says this: "I've killed 2 protesters in the past 3 days. You cool yours." Like, if that's something that you're joking about, that's not something you should joke about, because you're gonna get a lot of legal shit because of that. This man is in the army.
Alright, so to piggyback off my last video, I went on Twitter and I found this about Chuck E. Cheese. Just look at this. Apparently it's an instruction booklet for the either late night employees or regular employees. But look at this. Here, wait, let me read it. "It is always important that all Chuck E. Cheese's night shift employees must wear a spare Chuck E. Cheese costume head to avoid any animatronic facial recognition." What the fuck? Because if they spot any humans in the building during post hours, they will automatically detect that person is a criminal trying to tamper with objects from the building, and that won't lead to anything good. What the fuck is this? What is this?
On April Fool's in Kansas City in 1988, 23-year-old Christopher Bryson ran down the road wearing nothing but a dog collar begging for help. But this wasn't any April Fool's joke. What he told police after this bizarre incident led them to a serial killer. What he told police was 3 days earlier, Robert Bordella lured him to his home, promising money for sex. Once they entered his house, Robert knocked him unconscious with an iron bar, tied him to his bed, tortured him, raped him, drugged him, and put ammonia in his eyes. By April 1st, Christopher has gained Robert's trust, so Robert agreed to tie his hands in front of him instead of over his head. This allowed Christopher to escape through the second-story window. He had a broken foot and scars all over his body. When the police executed a search warrant on Robert's house, what they found was astonishing. A skull in the closet, a head buried in the backyard, bones everywhere, teeth in envelopes, and blood covering the whole house. Along with a diary detailing torture of his victim, along with 368 images of men dead and alive, including Christopher. So this is part 2 on the Kansas killer Robert Bordella. His killing spree started in 1984 when he abducted 19-year-old Jerry Howell, who he plied with alcohol and drugs. He was tortured for 28 hours before dying of asphyxiation and being put out for garbage. A year later, he tortured, raped, and suffocated Robert, who was living with him, before dissecting his body. 2 months later, a man named Mark met a similar fate when Robert Bordella conducted deadly experiments on him. His next victim was James, who he drugged by putting tranquilizers in his meal. Tortured him for 27 hours by administering over 7,000 volt shocks into his body and inserting hypodermic needles into his skin, before he, of course, too died. His next victim was Todd, who he invited over for lunch, but instead held him captive for 2 weeks as his sex slave. He attempted to blind him by electrocuting his eye and mute him by injecting drain cleaner into his larynx, and he died of his injury. Robert's last known victim was Larry. They were friends in 1987, but Robert tortured him for 6 weeks before suffocating him with a bag. He accepted a plea deal, confessed, and died in prison in 1992.
Here is a visual representation of the word sorry. The sandwich is bussin'. Relax, bro. Ain't nobody taking it from you. If 2020 was a car. When it's been 4 days since the new month started and there's still no disaster. After a breakup. LMAO, me deleting all the math worksheets at the end of the school year. First minute of running versus the second minute of running. Who knew bats could be so dang cute? Don't act cute now, bitch. People wearing masks without covering their nose. Who wears headphones like that? 20,000 bees chase a car for 2 days after queen bee gets trapped in a boot. Sorry to ask, but who counted the bees?
5 fake shark facts you need to stop believing. Number 1, sharks like to eat people. This could not be further from the truth, and honestly, it's because they think we're all skinny, which I'm not mad at that. But yeah, basically, sharks think we're too skinny. We do not have enough fat on our body in comparison to the amount of calories it burns to both kill, eat, and digest us. Number 2, sharks are attracted to blood in the water. So, sharks can actually smell very well. They can smell 1 drop of blood or 1 part per million, but that does not mean they're going to swim all the way across the ocean because you had a paper cut. Number 3, they're attracted to our urine or No. They're not. They don't care. That's gross. What is attracted to your urine, though, is the candiru, which is a type of Amazonian parasitic fish that will swim into your you-know-what. Number 4, sharks like to attack people or do it on purpose. Actually, no. The majority of shark attacks are provoked, or that means that people cannot leave them alone, and then sharks kind of clap back. 5, sharks are mindless, stupid killing machines. Obviously not, and if you believe that, you probably haven't watched my channel, but sharks are actually beautiful and intelligent creatures.
You take those lemons, no sugar at all, and you squirt it right into our eyes. When life gives you lemons, you don't make lemonade, you use them to make girls cry. You take those lemons, no sugar at all, and you squirt it right into our eyes. When life gives you lemons, you don't make lemonade, you use them to make girls cry. You take those lemons, no sugar at all, and you squirt it right into our eyes.
Marjorie McCall lived with her husband in Northern Ireland in the 1700s. She died of fever and was hastily buried to prevent the spread of it. She was buried with her wedding ring, which was known to be very valuable. Grave robbers found out about this and so dug up her coffin. They tried to remove the wedding ring from her, but they couldn't because her fingers had swollen considerably since death. They then decided to cut off her finger. As soon as blood was drawn, Marjorie came back to life. She wasn't actually dead, but was in a coma-like state. She then sat bolt upright and screamed. At home, her husband was sitting with their children and relatives. He then heard a knock at the door and said to his kids, "If your mother was still alive, I would swear that was her knock." Apparently when he opened the door, he died of shock. He was then buried in the plot that Marjorie had recently vacated. She remarried and had several more kids. She eventually died for real, and her gravestone reads, "Lived once, buried twice."
So basically for today we're going to be skipping V and M, so we're going to go get this bottom row, skip V, skip M. Okay. It was actually you. I'll see you guys for day 13.
Read out the ugly challenge part 6. Y'all really like this series, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So here's our mom. Here's the dad. Randomize the daughter 3 times. Now here's the daughter. Let's keep going. Daddy to the daughter. Randomize 3 times. So here she is. I can tell the nose is a very strong genetic thing in the family. Here's the baby daddy to her. Randomize the daughter 3 times. So here she is. Like I said, the nose is going to be very hard to get rid of. So let's keep going. Here's her baby daddy. Randomize 3 times. Here she is. Now let's keep going. Here's the baby daddy to her. Randomize 3 times. We got rid of the nose, so that's good. But I'm going to keep going because the mouth is like very tiny. So we're using Christian again from the other one. So here's her baby daddy. Randomize the daughter 3 times. So here's the daughter. I think we're going to try one more time. We're going to try it with this guy since he has big lips. Randomize their daughter 3 times. The mouth is still there.
Here we go again. What would happen if we were a type 10/11 civilization? Now this might be the unconventional one. A little bit controversial. So please do remember I'm only reading theories. Dorkily, let's do this! Firstly, a type 10 is known as the absolute civilization. Having explored literally everything, everywhere, at any given time, in every dimension and verse, we would have 2 options. Firstly, that's it. There's nothing else to do. We simply crack open a Pepsi and wait for another civilization, possibly that we create, to catch up with us. Yay, friends! Or 2, we find something higher than us, whether that be a god or another species, on an even higher plane of existence. And we figure out how to get to that place to be able to progress from a 10 civilization to a 100 civilization. This brings me to type 11. A little bit controversial. As we know, us humans are, how do I put it, very power hungry. We want to be the tippity top of that triangle. So there is a theory that if we do ascend to this higher plane of existence, we will try to overthrow whatever's up there, to be in charge. Some believe we'll succeed, some we don't, or some believe we'll live in harmony. Could this be the start of our own Star Wars? With a god! Here we go again. What would happen if we were a type 10/11 civilization? Now this might be the unconventional one. A little bit controversial. So please do remember I'm only reading the theories. Dockily, let's do this! Firstly, a type 10 is known as the absolute civilization. Having explored literally everything, everywhere, at any given time, in every dimension and verse, we would have two options. Firstly, that's it. There's nothing else to do. We simply crack open a Pepsi and wait for another civilization, possibly that we create, to catch up with us. Yay, friends! Or two, we find something higher than us, whether that be a god or another species, on an even higher plane of existence. And we figure out how to get to that place to be able to progress from a 10 civilization to a 100 civilization. This brings me to type 11. A little bit controversial. As we know, us humans are, how do I put it, very power hungry. We want to be the tippity top of that triangle. So there is a theory that if we do ascend to this higher plane of existence, we will try to overthrow whatever's up there, to be in charge. Some believe we'll succeed, some we don't, or some believe we'll live in harmony. Could this be the start of our own Star Wars? With a god!
Okay, so you guys wanted more Tian Blanco, right? Here it is. This picture was actually posted on his Instagram August 2019, last year. He's wearing a mask very similar to the one recommended for us to wear during COVID. Was he trying to warn us? Did he know what was coming? We'll never know. Or is it all just a coincidence?
This is how things actually work. Number 1, did you know alligators really don't swim? When alligators are in water, they actually just walk like humans on their 2 back legs. Number 2, I bet you've never seen this. This is how ladybugs take off and fly. It's kind of like a transformer. Number 3, this is how dogs drink water. They bend their tongue back into a bowl figure so they can get as much water as they can every drink they take. Number 4, this is how a pufferfish transforms into a normal looking fish in a matter of seconds. It's a defense mechanism to keep them safe. Finally, number 5, this is a rocket taking off from our planet. This shows how small the world really is.
Okay, so someone just dropped off this phone, and they were in a rush to leave, which is a big red flag for me. So I'm just gonna wait 1 minute and see what the situation of this phone is. And that's why. It's not their phone. So I actually bought this phone for parts at a reasonable price, but I know how it feels like to lose your phone. So I'm gonna give this number a call, and we're gonna tell them we have their phone. Let's give them a call. Hello?
Hello?
I found your phone, like someone just dropped it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you lose like an iPhone XR?
No way, yeah.
I have it. Do you want to come get it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'll send you my address.
Thank you so much, man. Give me your address and I'll reach right now.
All right, I'll send it to you right after the call.
Things parents need to understand. Just because we try to take our phone back after showing you something does not mean we're hiding something. As I've said before, we need our privacy, and you don't need to know every single thing that's going on. Just because you had supposedly bigger issues doesn't invalidate the issues that we have today. For example, if I say, oh my gosh, my bus was stuck in a traffic jam and I was late to school, and then you proceed to say, well, when I was a kid, I had to walk 50,000 kilometers to school in a tornado, in an earthquake, in a tsunami, in the snow, in the rain, and if we were late, we got locked out of class. Your issues do not invalidate our issues. We're living in a completely different time right now, and if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you, Sheila. And to the parents out there who think it is okay to rip off their child's door, I cannot think of one valid reason that would make that acceptable, because there is none, literally none.
This is a robbery. Put everything in the bag. Hurry up, Grandma. First of all, who are you robbing with a wheelchair? And second of all, who do you think we are? Bill Gates? Well, my dear, I have rice and beans. This is all I have.
I just wanna be the one you love. Lost all ambition, running a plane. I just wanna be the one you love.
This is a substance that'll immediately turn into a crystal if you drop a tiny little bit of the same crystal inside. Then you can microwave it again for just about a minute so it turns back into a liquid. Let it cool down to room temperature and do it all over again. I made this stuff at home and you can too with adult supervision. I started with a 1/4 cup of baking soda and then slowly added a liter of vinegar, but very slowly because it bubbles up. What I made is CO2 gas, but also sodium acetate. That's the substance they call hot ice and is the stuff in reusable hand warmers. After stirring slowly, I boiled it for an hour. Then I let it cool to room temperature in a jar and started all over again.
Go, I can take you there. Wildest dreams, put some faith in me.
Stupidest laws in each state, part 5, we have Colorado. Believe it or not, in Colorado, snowball fights are actually against the law. What's also against the law is for anybody in the state to own a chicken. They also have a law that states anybody over the age of 8 is not allowed to wet the bed. And you can actually get a ticket if someone sees you walking underneath a ladder. Lastly, they have a law that says if a cat's meowing at night, you're legally obligated to cut its tail off.
This is a school excursion you do not want to go on. She was that one kid that cut her arm, most of the time dressed emo, and just seemed to hate life itself. But during their school excursion to Pearl Harbor, she was the only one left to blame. You see, every class had to stay together, which was easy because they all had different wristbands. 5B's was red, which given what happened to them was pretty fitting. As the class entered the dark hallway leading to the underwater exhibition, they were guided and instructed by their audio headpieces, which on the day everyone in the class was wearing, except Kelly May. Now it's still not clear which door they exited or why, but the next day the whole class of 5B were found drowned and laying at the bottom of the shipwreck. All 28 of them without a noise, a splash or a cry for help. The only survivor of 5B was Kelly May, which still to this day she's not told police why 5B entered that door, or why she thinks they went missing without a sound. And today she resides in one of Hawaii's mental asylums.
Coming to Netflix this summer, Karen Street, with all your favorite characters such as Count Karen,
One manager, two managers,
the Coupon Monster,
coupons! Must find more coupons!
and even Karen the Frog.
Anyway, I thought I'd sing you guys a little song, so you got to live, laugh, love, oh, Karen!
So tune into Netflix this summer for Karen Street.
Who is it?
It's July!
What? Already?
It's time.
Alright, what is it this time?
What do you mean?
Murder hornets?
That's old news.
COVID-20?
Not yet.
Killer robots? Asteroids? Aliens?
No, none of that. I come in peace.
That's what June said.
No, I said things might.
Shut the fuck up, June!
Come on, I'm bringing the 4th of July, fireworks.
We already had fireworks in June.
Okay, look, I know it's been a hard few months, but why don't you try keeping an open mind and be optimistic, see what happens.
Alright. Trusting you.
I won't let you down.
Please don't burn my house down.
Stop. 2 things. What you're about to see is 100% CGI. Please do not try this at home. Secondly, 1 month ago I posted this video. 1 million part 2s later, this happened.
Is this recording?
We hit 100,000 followers. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you've been having as much fun with this series as I have. And please remember, Black lives still matter.
This is how different ages react to the power going out. And first up, we have 3 through 5. But let's just say that they don't really handle it too well. Yeah, I should have expected that. Next up, we have 6 through 8. And I mean, they handle it a bit better, but not too well either. Look how scared he is. Next up, we have 9 through 10. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they actually handle it pretty well. But they just kind of sit there and stare into the darkness. Yeah, it's pretty weird. And then, of course, we have 11 plus. And let's be honest, when the power goes out, they just take a nap.
My brothers, come look, he's making circle breads. Is that the blood of your victims? No, it's just sauce. Which lion did you kill to get that meat? I've never seen that meat before. Sometimes I like to watch videos about food when I'm hungry. It feels like I've eaten. Is that cheese from goat's milk? I like that cheese, Pineapple. Oh, my brother, calm down. You're using our yearly rations of pineapple on one pizza. Please calm down. That's enough for one pizza. Stop. What is this now? My brother, please stop. My brother. Hey! The devil is a liar. I can feed my whole village with this. Hey, please stop. My brother. At least he's still going to cook it,
Did you know there's a secret portal and Minecraft level in the Stanley Parable? Let's tell you how to get there. Let's go straight down these hallways. We're gonna go right when we see the two doors. Keep walking, go straight into the warehouse. Once we're in here, we're gonna step onto the lift. Pay close attention though. Once we're on the lift, we're gonna jump off, and now we're gonna go down this way. Take the blue door. Take the blue door a second time. And we're gonna take the we're gonna take the blue door a third time. And that's going to break the game. It's going to add a third door. Now we're going to go through this door. Now, once we go through this door, we're going to give him a 5. You can give him any number. It really doesn't matter. We're going to burn this baby. Why? Got to get to Minecraft. That's how you get to Minecraft. You burn babies. Anyway, after we get to the Minecraft, we got to do some mining. So we're going to jump into this mine. And what's at the bottom of the mine? It's Portal! For more gaming secrets, let me know with a follow.
Citizen! Put down the weapon! Who? Me? Yes, you! Put down the knife! But I'm making toast. Release the hostages! What hostages? We're told you have 2 hostages in there! But there's only me and him in here. Hello? That's right! 2 hostages! What? That doesn't make any— Hey, look! There's some stuff going down on the news. A crazed lunatic has taken 2 hostages. That's us. What? You're him. No, please don't hurt me. I'm not hurting anyone. What are your demands? I don't have any demands. I just want to make toast. Get this man some toast. Nobody else needs to get hurt.
This children's game has a dark backstory, part 4. Candyland was created during a dark time, but for an amazing reason. In the early 1900s, polio outbreaks were common, and they left patients, who were often children, immobilized or even confined to an iron lung. So in 1948, Eleanor Abbott, a retired school teacher who was also affected by polio, created the game so that children who were immobilized and recuperating could pass the time.
Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, and Borneo and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana, Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Major and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Crete, Mauritania, then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
If you're looking for a place to hide your money, well, here you go. Don't buy a safe, don't buy a secret book, buy the Lego Friends Hot Air Balloon. I'm not kidding when I say buy this, okay? Go to eBay, click search in Lego Friends Hot Air Balloon, click buy it now, and just look for the cheapest thing. All you need is the hot air balloon, none of this. You don't need the figures, you don't need that little weird thing. You just need a hot air balloon. Once you've acquired the hot air balloon, do this. While building it, you will notice that this part's hollow. So you take off the top, you open up one of these things, and boom. Money, hot air balloon. Close. This goes on top. If you have a room like mine with organized clutter, you can just find a place to put it. I put mine back here, and no one's none the wiser. You can thank me later when your siblings think you're fucking broke.
What video game you belong in based on your birth month? Let's get it. June, you guys are great people. You belong in Minecraft. April, you guys belong in Fortnite. February, you belong in Super Mario. August, you belong in Mario Kart. And December, you guys belong in Call of Duty.
Okay, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Literally never gets any easier. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, what's up? BB, you cut off all your hair. Yeah, I tried to give myself a quarantine haircut and I just kind of fucked it up. Okay, first of all, language. Second of all, that's still going on. Yeah, sadly. What the sulfur is going on here? I was literally in Italy 2 seconds ago and they're fine now. Well, most countries got it under control because their leadership took it seriously. Oh my god, that's why they were laughing. Well, I still killed that middle schooler who summoned me recklessly, but other than that, they're all alive. Is it Trump? I mean, not like specifically, but he has been encouraging people to go to his rallies, to church, and to not wear masks. Bitch. Do you want me to do something about it? We now take you to President Trump in the White House. I was tweeting in my bathroom minding my own business when a lesbian with a knife came out of my mirror. Okay, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Literally never gets any easier. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, what's up? BB, you cut off all your hair. Yeah, I tried to give myself a quarantine haircut and I just kind of fucked it up. Okay, first of all, language. Second of all, that's still going on. Yeah, sadly. What the sulfur is going on here? I was literally in Italy 2 seconds ago and they're fine now. Well, most countries got it under control because their leadership took it seriously. Oh my god, that's why they were laughing. Well, I still killed that middle schooler who summoned me recklessly, but other than that, they're all alive. Is it Trump? I mean, not like specifically, but he has been encouraging people to go to his rallies, to church, and to not wear masks. Bitch. Do you want me to do something about it? We now take you to President Trump in the White House. I was tweeting in my bathroom minding my own business when a lesbian with a knife came out of my mirror.
Most expensive things in the world? Part 1. Coming in at number 1, a huia bird's feather. Although these birds just look like every other bird, like you can't really tell the difference, they're extinct. These feathers aren't an ordinary feather. They're rare and extinct, and each one costs $10,000. And that price is recent. It recently just sold in a New Zealand auction for that amount of money.
So here's a crazy story. I'm on this train. I go to sleep. I wake up, and it's absolutely no people on it. This thing was full of people 15 minutes ago. What the hell's going on? The conductor's going on the speaker saying, "Oh, next stop North Pole, next stop France." I'm like, what the? I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, this thing had just 3 minutes ago, goats were fucking running by. There was like tigers. There was a lion, a camel, just all fucking hauling ass through this thing. This train's like doing wheelies at the top of this thing. It's freaking out. I was just flying over hills. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyways, none of that's true.
Oh man, the water park. I can't wait to go swimming. I love the smell of chlorine. But what if I told you that chlorine is actually odorless? No, I can smell it. Yeah, it smells like pool. Nope, chlorine is odorless, and what you're actually smelling is chloramine, which is a combination of chlorine and urine. So you mean I'm swimming in pee? Yes, and sweat. Oh, there goes Jay. She's always here to ruin your day.
Going through the bloody alphabet together, part 3. Also, just a warning, this one's graphic. Next up is Andrei Chikatilo. He's also known as the Butcher of Roslov or the Red Ripper. He had always been told that before his birth, his 4-year-old brother Stefan had been kidnapped and cannibalized by their starving neighbors. He was constantly berated and beat for being a bedwetter as a child. Andrei struggled to feel like a man due to his chronic impotence, and grew to hate women because of this. The first woman that he ever murdered was a 9-year-old girl named Yelena Zakhnova. This started a murder spree that would end up with over 53 murders. He would then cut out the women's eyes, claiming that it was due to a wives' tale that he had heard, that the murderer would remain in the eyes of his victims. He would also brutally beat and cut out these women's uteruses, occasionally eating those uteruses. Because of the violent sexual nature of his crimes, many angry women showed up to his trial, and he had to be kept in a cage to keep away from them.
One day, I stayed with the kids inside the basement to monitor them. Crying, they were begging to let them go. I could see that some of the kids were almost the same age as my age, so I untied them and let them sneak out by the back door so my uncle couldn't see them. He was in the kitchen sharpening his knives. I returned to the kitchen acting like nothing happened, but somehow when he lifted his head, he noticed through the window that they were running away. He got mad, grabbed his gun, and then he ran out the door trying to shoot them. I immediately ran with him, watching them and hoping that they could manage it, and all of the kids succeeded to run away, fortunately. I could see that one of them even waved to me to say goodbye. My uncle told me not to worry and that he'd get more kids the next morning. It seemed like that he was thinking that I was the one who was disappointed about the kids' escape or whatever.
Just to catch you guys up, my boyfriend put Nair in my shampoo bottle, but thank God you guys warned me before I could use it and we turned the trick on him. You made all of my hair fall out! But I didn't think that was punishment enough, so I put self-tanner in his body wash.
What did you do? Oh my God! Are you laughing? I'm brown! Stop laughing!
So how do you get your bird off of seeds and onto pellets? Here's a few ways you can do that. So this is a way that will probably work with most birds. You're just gonna wanna mix them together. At the beginning, you're gonna want there to be more seeds than there are pellets, and you're gonna gradually add more pellets than seeds. Number 2, give them their pellets right when they wake up. Your bird just had about 10 to 12 hours without eating and will probably be more than happy to eat whatever in their bowl. Number 3, give them the super small, fine sized ones. Birds tend to like things that are super small. I don't know why, but they do. Number 4, and this one's a little weird. Make it look like you're eating them. Now, you don't actually have to eat it, just make it look like you are and that you're enjoying it. If your bird has a super strong bond with you, they're gonna trust that whatever you're eating must be good.
If you a freak, then you come on with me. And I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for it.
So this is what your favorite mythical creature says about you in less than 60 seconds. If your favorite mythical creature is a werewolf, you like dogs. You also probably play hard to get, but you're probably not very good at it. If your favorite creature is a vampire, you read way too much Twilight when you were younger. And can we just talk about the fact that you're into a romanticized cannibal? Like, are you okay? If you like mermaids, you're a swimmer. Or you do a water-related sport. You're under 12. I don't make the rules.
Here's a spoon for people who want to lose weight. Heat a utility knife over a candle and cut a plastic spoon. Take another plastic spoon and glue the cut piece to the edge like this. Mr. Bin, this product is defective. I can't get any cereal with this spoon. That's the point. Less food, less calories.
Hey everyone, in honor of you all choosing to name my newly cleaned pottery wheel Harry Clayton Potter, I wanted to do a tribute to Harry Potter by making the sorting hat. First, I start off by getting the clay centered and doing this little swirl in the middle for no reason other than the fact that it looks cool. Then, I pinch and pull the walls of the clay upwards to give them some height and make it tall. Next, I kind of have to squeeze it shut to get the shape of the hat, but I messed up on my first attempt, so I did it again and got it on my second try. Once the shape is pretty much there, I wanted to add some details by giving it this cool little ruffle effect and carving out holes for the eyes and the mouth. And I'm sorry for how weird this part looks. And there we have it, 10 points for Ravenclaw.
Someone said Simon Says sleep in Legos, and I have to do whatever Simon says, so I busted out all my Legos. I dumped them on my bed. And I had a nice nap in Legos. Please help me have a lot of followers when I wake up.
These questions will make your friends regret playing Truth or Dare. What are your top 3 turn-ons? Number 2, what is your deepest, darkest fear? Number 3, who is your TikTok crush? Number 4, I dare you to put on someone else's bra. Number 5, I dare you to peel a banana using only your feet and toes. Number 6, I dare you to go around the room and smell everyone's armpits.
These dogs aren't as aggressive as you might think. Researchers have found that among different breed groups, levels of playfulness, curiosity, sociability, and, aggression do not differ. In fact, golden retrievers are more similar to Rottweilers than they are to their fellow sporting dogs. And boxers are more like labs than they are like other working dogs. The truth is that you can't judge a bark by its cover.
Examples of the Mandela effect that really freak me out. Part 3. Everybody knows this iconic Queen song that ends with "We are the champions of the world." Wrong. It actually just says, "'Cause we are the champions," and then just fades out. What about our lovable character Tony the Tiger? His nose is black, right? Grr! It's actually blue! What? Ah, yes. Pikachu! Blacktail? No. Y'all, I could have sworn he had a black tail. He doesn't. It's just yellow. What? Or how about this flip-flop emoji? Dude, it never even existed. These are just possible examples of what they're thinking about adding to the emojis for a flip-flop. This is getting way too weird for me. Like for part 4!
Hold me close till I get